So TransferWise became the first non-bank to get direct access to the Bank of England's payment system. So how does this level the playing field between you and the incumbent banks?
So this is it's a great news for tech startups, because now what it means is startups get the same access to the payment systems as the banks do. So it means that they can build products that are better, in theory, than what the banks have been doing so far. It just allows us to build better products.
So this essentially cuts out a lot of the middlemen that you had to work through before. So how much does this reduce your costs by, and how much faster does it make the entire process?
In the UK, where this is live, it's amazing. The payment system there works 24/7, and payments are delivered within 15 seconds to the recipient's account. So what it means is that when someone makes a payment from the US, from dollars to pounds in the UK, we'll be able to deliver the money within 20 seconds into any bank account in the UK.
And how about the cost savings? Are you keeping that, or are you passing it along to consumers?
We're passing these on heavily to consumers. In fact, we've done about 100 price drops on about 100 routes just in the last 4 months. So it's kind of a big thing what TransferWise does. It always tries to lower the cost for the users. Just to give you an example, the cost of going directly through Bank of England is about 30 times cheaper than I was able to negotiate with the commercial banks in 2013.
But for this to truly be a game changer for you, you need other countries to adopt this. So what's taking other parts of Europe and Asia and the US so long?
It's a very good question. I think Europe and UK specifically, they've been front runners quite a bit when it comes to financial technology and leveling that playing field with the banks. But other countries are listening too. So the US is working on an immediate payment system dubbed real-time payments. Canada's the same, Australia the same. There is an initiative called SEPA Direct in Europe. So I think the world is moving towards instant, and I'm sure they're looking at the UK and thinking, how can we provide the same environment for our tech companies locally? So I'd be expecting Fed to go and say, hey, like, how can we give tech startups access to the ACH system directly, or the FedWire?
Now I want to talk about this borderless account that you launched last May. How has consumer adoption been? How many people are using it? What's the value that's flowing across these accounts?
It's gone really well. So the idea was to create this multi-country account where people can hold 42 different currencies, and they get local account numbers in multiple countries. So in the US, in Germany, in Australia, in the UK, and they can invoice their customers as locals. So it's been going amazing. It's mostly freelancers, small businesses have taken advantage of it, and they've moved more than $1 billion now in the first 10 months through these accounts.
What's your expectation for how much this will grow? Do you want to target businesses beyond small businesses and freelancers moving forward?
Exactly. So we see larger and larger businesses starting to kind of get to grips of, this is a great new feature for them, and starting to use the same product that consumers and small businesses have already adopted.
So what can we expect next in terms of product innovation? Some of your competitors have pushed deeper into banking services. Is that your roadmap as well?
We know that our users, whether they're consumers or whether they're businesses, they really care about three things. They care about speed. They want payments to be instant, and they should be instant. They care about cost. Money shouldn't be very expensive to move around, even if it's going between currencies. And they care about convenience. So these are the three threads in which we see a lot of innovation coming along. And when it comes to product, we're launching a debit card attached to this borderless account, and it's going to be really clever. The way it works is, when you're in the US, it uses your US dollar balance. When you use the same card in France, it uses your euro balance. And when you're in the UK or any other country, it uses the local currency. And if you don't have that currency, it auto converts from the balance that you have and chooses the balance that's cheapest to convert from.
And do you plan to launch that globally eventually?
Eventually globally. It will start from Europe, but it will be rolled out everywhere in the world.
Okay, how about cryptocurrencies and blockchain? A lot of your competitors have been experimenting with those technologies. Do you foresee a time when TransferWise users will be able to buy, hold, and sell cryptocurrencies?
This is a very good question, and we've been thinking really hard. How could we use this technology to make payments go faster, cheaper for our users? And we really haven't yet found a way how they could benefit from cryptocurrencies. Answering a question, in the long term, there's definitely going to be use cases for blockchain for our customers and others. I think there's still a way to go to see what these use cases really are.
Last November, you raised about $280 million to fund some of your expansions, including into Asia. How has that expansion been, and do you plan to raise more funds?
That's going really well. So we started an office in Singapore right about the same time, and only a few months later it's now 45 people. It's our Asia hub in Singapore. We've got a small office in Tokyo. We're covering Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore, and expanding into other countries in Asia. It's a completely new world out there, and so integrated in terms of people and businesses have to be global from day one to operate first across Asia, but also globally, and they need services like TransferWise.
Do you need to raise more capital as you push even deeper into your Asia expansion?
We are in fact profitable as a company and have been so for the last couple of years, so we have no immediate need for capital.
So you said so yourself, the company is profitable, you've been growing at a rapid clip. How are you thinking about an initial public offering then?
We think about this as something that needs to work for our users. So we're looking to do things that our users really care about, and when it's the right time for them, then it's the right time to list.
So give us a little window. What's the timeline you're thinking about?
We're not thinking about this actively today.